Hi, the question I was asked this week is, what is wrong with pornography? I assume the question is being asked from a Jewish perspective. We know that there are various issues, and I'm not going to go into that, things like addiction, because of the dopamine rush, and obviously in terms of relationships, not ideal, unreal expectations, sometimes bizarre expectations of one's partner, etc. There's also issues of exploitation. Again, those are all universal issues. In terms of Jewish law specifically, or Jewish outlook, what is actually the problem with it? So there are many issues. I would really want to focus on one. There is a great sage of the Breslov Hasidic community, Rav Yaakov Meir Shechter, and what he says is based on earlier Kabbalists, but he says the following. He says the definition of holiness in Jewish tradition is giving. That is to say, is looking outwards. What can I do? How can I give? How can I create a relationship? How can I enhance a relationship? It is our understanding of God as the creator and the sustainer. That is to say, he is the ultimate giver. And so therefore our purpose is emulating God and imitating God, which is the same thing, but emulating and imitating God. And we do that primarily through becoming givers, through giving and creating and enhancing relationships. And that is what we call kedusha, holiness, similarity to God, elevation to a godly state. What is the definition of tumah? Impurity. Impurity is taking. It is a focus on the self. What can I get? What can you do for me? And really, it is the disconnection from others, the disconnection from God, the disconnection from others, the disconnection from reality. And that is what we call Tumah, impurity. In fact, in the Hebrew, the word Tumah is also related to the word timtum, which means a sealing off or a closing off. So, based on Rav Shechter's understanding of this idea of holiness and impurity, certainly, and this is something which is well founded in Jewish tradition, the problem with pornography is precisely that. It is not a case of giving, as in a normal relationship, sexual relationship with husband and wife in love. It is a matter of giving pleasure. One also receives pleasure, but the primary goal is to give pleasure and to give love and to create a relationship and to enhance a relationship. The Zoho, which is the central mystical text of Judaism, actually says that the degree to which the divine presence rests in a home is directly proportional to the degree of happiness, joy, and pleasure that a husband and wife give to each other. It's an amazing statement. And the explanation of that, one explanation of that, is that inasmuch as giving and becoming one and creating relationship and sustaining, etc., brings one closer to God, so therefore the divine presence in turn rests in that home. And so Tumah, which is the exact opposite, impurity, that is what pornography is. It's really about taking. What can I get from this person? What can I get from seeing this, etc., etc.? It's really all primarily about a focus on self. It's not enhancing a relationship. It's not connecting one to reality. It's connecting one to illusion. It is actually disconnecting a person from the real world, disconnecting a person from real relationships, and disconnecting a person from giving and to someone else. On the contrary, even if that person is involved in a relationship, it's very possible that pornography will encourage that person only wants to get something from the relationship, to extract something from the relationship. And that's really, I think, at least one aspect, and there are many others, but one aspect of why it is considered prohibited by Jewish law and Jewish ethics is so much against it, is because of this idea. It is the antithesis of kedusha, holiness, which is joining, which is enhancing relationship, creating relationship, giving, and unity, and is the essence of Tumah, impurity, which is blocking oneself off from relationships, taking, and focus on the self. It's a little bit of an introduction to the subject, but that, I think, is the main idea.
Thank you for listening to the Guard Your Eyes Daily Chizuk broadcast. Pass them on to your friends and help spread Kedusha in the world.